Hello, friends. The Nile River, a source of life, a flourishing civilization. But danger lurked beneath its placid surface. Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, decreed a terrible law. All newborn Hebrew boys must be cast into the Nile. Fear gripped the hearts of the Israelites. A desperate mother, Jochebed, made a heart-wrenching decision. She placed her infant son in a basket. She sealed it with pitch, a mother's love shielding him from the water. The tiny vessel bobbed precariously, entrusted to the currents of fate. Pharaoh's daughter came to the river to bathe. Her handmaidens accompanied her. They spotted the unusual basket among the reeds. Curiosity compelled them to investigate. The princess, moved with compassion, discovered the crying baby. This was no ordinary child. This was Moses, and his story was just beginning. Pharaoh's daughter defied her father's cruel decree. She adopted Moses as her own son. He was raised in the lap of luxury. The palace became his playground. He was educated in all the wisdom of the Egyptians. Moses grew strong and intelligent. He learned the art of war. He excelled in his studies. Yet a part of him always felt different. The whispers of his true heritage lingered in his heart. One day Moses noticed an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. He jumped in and killed the Egyptian. Moses then fled Egypt for the mountains. Years passed. He became a shepherd in the land of Midian. One day, he tended his flock near Mount Horeb. A strange sight caught his eye. A bush burned with a fierce fire, yet it was not consumed. Curiosity drew Moses closer. A voice boomed from the flames. It was the voice of God. He spoke to Moses. He revealed his plan to free the Israelites from slavery. He chose Moses as his instrument. Moses felt fear, but also a sense of purpose. The wrath of God. Moses returned to Egypt. He confronted Pharaoh. He demanded the release of his people. Pharaoh scoffed. He refused to listen. God unleashed his wrath upon Egypt. 10 terrible plagues devastated the land. Water turned to blood. Frogs swarmed the streets. Gnats filled the air. Locusts devoured the crops. Darkness covered the land. Each plague was a testament to God's power. Each one increased the pressure on Pharaoh. A sea of freedom. Pharaoh's heart hardened. He refused to relent. Finally, God unleashed the 10th and most devastating plague, the death of the firstborn. Every Egyptian household was struck by tragedy. Only the Israelites were spared. Pharaoh finally relented. He allowed the Israelites to leave Egypt. Moses led them out of bondage. They journeyed to the Red Sea. Pharaoh, consumed by anger, pursued them with his army. The Israelites were trapped. Before them, the sea. Behind them, the Egyptians. God parted the waters. He created a dry path through the sea. The Israelites crossed to safety. The Egyptian army followed. The waters crashed down, drowning Pharaoh and his soldiers. The covenant and the journey. Safe on the other side, Moses and the Israelites celebrated their freedom. They had witnessed the awesome power of God. They understood the depths of his love. On Mount Sinai, God gave Moses the 10 Commandments. These were not just laws. They were principles for living a righteous life. A covenant between God and his chosen people. The journey was far from over. The Israelites wandered the desert for 40 years. They faced trials and tribulations. But through it all, God remained faithful. He provided for their needs. He guided their path. Moses, their leader, never lost sight of the promised land, the land flowing with milk and honey, a place of hope and a future for his people. Thank you for watching, and God bless my friends.